Hey guys, Aaron here. In my college, in the film watching class, in the back closet, I saw this load of 16mm film. And I was asking and wanted to go back there just to look at all the film they had for like 2 years. And just now I've gotten allowed to go back there and take whatever I want. I was allowed to by the same teacher that lent me the 35mm hand crank camera. So let's see what they have. Oh yeah, on the top, it looks like it's been dripped on for decades. Let's see, we got some Charlie Chaplin films, The Immigrant in the Rink. We have Miracle on 34th Street, Hunchback of Notre Dame. We got Bicycle Thief. A movie called The Battling Oreos, and Son of the Sheik. My teacher said that I couldn't take the full movies, but there was plenty others to choose from. Many reels of 1,600 feet of compilations, most likely Castle films. And this one, oh yeah, that's Vinegar Syndrome. It's got that Three Musketeers vein. There's also a bunch of home movies. 16 and some 8mm were donated. My teacher said that someone donated most of these. And some were from a library that was last taken out in the 80s. Okay, so I may have permanently borrowed this much film. Yeah, I had to fill my backpack up twice. So let's start with these. These are all the Castle films, the compilations and single ones. We got Rome Falls, War in Europe, World War II stuff, and News Parade. We got those compilations of that handwriting I can't even read. And then we got By the Light of the Silvery Moon, a cartoon called Holland Days. And a fun little educational film called Camera Magic.
Magical illusions with a movie or still camera. There are plenty that can be created with either. This is one of those now you see me, now you don't surprises, and it's really easy for the movie fan.
Go on to the actual movies. And I also found the first half of this film that I found in this trash bin a year ago. It's called A Lion Tamer. We have Ben Turpin in A Cheerful Liar, or His Bogus Boast. Yeah, some of these have Vinegar Syndrome. Yeah, you can see that this has Vinegar Syndrome. It's warping a little. By the way, if I had a nickel for every time a silent 16mm film that I had a bunch of white guys make a black guy dress up as a large animal to scare one guy, and then hijinks ensue, I'd have 2 nickels with Bogus Boast and The Lion Tamer. Well, at least it's not blackface. I have part 3 of a movie called Jack London. It's not even any leader on that. It only starts with this scene.
You're out to gobble up all Asia.
Oh, yes. Though not at once. First, we must conquer China.
And we got a film called Nomads of the North, starring Lon Chaney. Here's just a clip of it on YouTube. I don't need to scan the entire thing. Then we got these 2 documentaries. This one is called The German Scene. It's like about German culture, like in the 70s or something.
A motley crowd on the ice, watching or taking part in the ancient sport of curling.
His house of art was to be a museum, workshop and art school all in one. The people gratefully accepted the food parcels which helped thousands of Germans to survive.
What has been called a revolution in the world of sound recording is the compact disc, which is less than 5 inches in diameter and contains 60 minutes of recorded music in unprecedented sound quality.
Even the turban swings to the rhythm of the music when the Cologne people don their fool's caps at carnival time.
And this one, it's not about blackjack, it's about wild flowers.
Nowhere in the processes of nature is the resurgence of life and the will to live more apparent than in the western wildflower. It was go west, young man. And he did. He hasn't stopped since. But the west was big, and the wildflower still had plenty of growing room.
And we got an 8mm movie called Smith's Modest Shop. And this one I scanned with a Wolverine 8mm scanner that my library recently got. Yeah, it ain't no the negative space scan, but it's better than recording the screen like I did before. And then we got the home movies. These are all the 16mm home movies, and these are 8mm. Let's start with 8. I have scenes of a demolition, of a fire in Hartford, scenes of carving the Tree of Life by Lawrence Tenney Stevens in South Windsor, and it being brought to the 1939 World's Fair. And I found the pictorial map of the 1939 World's Fair, and I think this is that Tree of Life. By the way, look at this. This is pretty funny. Bertha, my feet hurt. I don't want to see pictures. I want a hot hamburger. We have The Greatest Show on Earth. A hurricane. We have the Elizabeth Park in West Hartford. Yeah, it hasn't changed in decades. And for the 16mm one, we have some expired ansochrome of clips of Boston. The New York World's Fair 1964. Some random plays and parades, and Mount Washington Cog Railway. And this is probably the most valuable thing I have. 1,600 feet of vaudeville performances in Hartford. And whoever made this took the time to edit in the names of almost everyone who performed. We have Laurel and Hardy, Tommy Dorsey with Frank Sinatra. I think that's him. Bojangles, Ina Ray Hutton, and many other names that have been lost to time. And I have these. These are 35mm cans, but it has the cores of a negative 16mm film of some random German documentaries about World War I. And this is an entire movie. Yeah, that's a lot of film. Do not project. That can't stop me because I can't read. So this is literally almost the amount of film that I had already. I have a Google sheet where I track every camera and film that I have, the cost, where I got it from, and even the footage. This is about 5 miles of film right here, and I had a little bit more than 5 miles before. I'll upload the screen recordings of Lion Tamer, Bogus Boast, and Smith's Modest Shop because those three aren't on the internet anywhere. The whole 50 minutes of the vaudeville performances, and some home movies over the next few days. This is so much history that was just gonna be locked in a closet for a few more years until someone just threw them out. And this is only like a fourth of all the stuff they had. Now where the hell am I gonna put all this?